Are you living in a house with a hidden room? I've always wanted to live in one, but all I got when I was a kid was a large upturned box and my imagination. It got me through some of my formative years, but wouldn't it be cool to have a real hidden room? That is, if you already knew it was there. In these cases, people were surprised to find these hidden rooms in their houses, and some of them are pretty terrifying, especially number 1. You might want to sit down for that one. Here are the top 10 secret rooms found in homes. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. Lost Tapes. When Reddit user lmbrjack posted in forums that he found a hidden crawl space in his attic leading to a secret room, the internet braced itself for a huge frustration, and with good reason. In the past few years, when people find locked safes or rooms, they seem to never get into them, or they deliver a massive letdown when they finally open it. Not in this case, though. At first, it would seem to be just nothing at all. As he entered the small door leading into the crawl space, it led to an area where a water heater could be kept, but it kept going. There was a locked back door at the back of the room, and when he opened it, he was surprised by what he found. The room was covered in soundproof boards and white tarps, and on the floor he found a safe, a briefcase, and a mysterious wooden platform about the size of a twin bed. The briefcase contained some old valuables, but the safe was an entirely different story. He found 6 different VHS tapes inside of the safe, which he turned over to the police, and it was never released what mysteries those tapes held. Number 9. The Squatter. When a group of Ohio State University students continuously found odd doors open and appliances in their houses turned on, they joked to friends that their house was haunted. However, as it turns out, there was a stranger living in their basement. The roommate thought a locked door in the basement led to a utility closet. When maintenance workers knocked the door down after the residents complained of strange sounds like alarms and knocks, they found a bedroom complete with framed photographs and textbooks. Understandably creeped out, the tenants changed all the locks that night, but were nice enough to leave their unwanted guest, who was named Jeremy based on the things they found in the basement, a note asking him to call them. Jeremy did call them and agreed to move his belongings out of the room. The tenants were blaming the leasing company of the home for the incident. Apparently, they had the habit of not changing locks every time tenants move out, so there's no telling how many people out there have keys to the house. Fortunately, the person didn't have any malicious intent. Number 8. The Creepy Dungeon. Imgur user Dempsey7 moved into a new apartment, and like anyone with a new space, he was pretty excited about it. He was also happy that although his new place was pretty small, he'd gotten a pretty good deal in terms of rent. Little did he know the real reason why that was so. While exploring his new apartment, he saw something that he hadn't noticed before. A small brass latch on the wood floor. He pulled on the latch and it revealed underfloor storage for some tools and old paint cans, something totally out of the ordinary. However, when he looked more closely, he saw stairs leading down. The stairs led to what he could only describe as a dungeon. Not only that, he also found underground passages underneath the entire apartment building. And luckily, it seems he is the only one with access to the mysterious space. He thought about hosting a dungeon party, but the creepy factor might have some of his guests backing out before the fun even begins. Number 7. The Secret Stairs. I don't know about you, but growing up in my childhood home, I've always dreamed of finding a secret bookcase door which led to someplace exciting. In this case, Imgur user 2bybrownie did find a secret bookcase door. It revealed a spiral staircase that, if what he found was real, led to something very ominous. He said that he and his brother were wrestling around when he accidentally pulled on the bookcase to reveal the stairs. He climbed down the stairs and it led to a secret room filled with a whole lot of disturbing things. Empty wrappers of Halloween candy littered the floor, as well as a banana peel which looked like somebody had just finished eating it. He also found a key but had no idea what it opened. And the creepiest of them all are the numerous dolls that inhabit that empty room. The story and the images have prompted fierce debate over their veracity, with many suggesting the story is a hoax. Almost equal numbers of people, however, appear to have been completely taken in. I don't really know which one to think, though. Number 6. The Room of Black Mold. Sounding more like a Marilyn Manson song than some kind of room, we now go to another secret room found behind a bookshelf door. But this time, it didn't lead to something possibly fabricated, but to something potentially fatal. Jason and Carrie Brown of Greensville, SC found a secret room hidden behind a bookcase in their newly purchased home. When they entered the home, they found a note that said, "You found it." Okay, now if I saw a note like that after finding a secret room, I'd think I found a place where something valuable was kept. Unfortunately for the Browns, they found something very deadly. The note, despite the excitable title, actually contained a ton of bad news. It was from the previous owner of the house, who left the note as a warning to future owners. In summation, the note said that the house had a serious black mold problem. And of course, most of it was in the secret room. Also, according to the note, there was so much mold, it made the last family who lived there sick, and they were forced to move out. Now the Browns are suing to get their money back, claiming that the realtor knew that the home was infected with the mold of doom. Number 5. A secret printing press. A group of Norwegian students decided to rent a house. At the place, the landlord told them about the rumors of a secret room in the area, but it was never found. Of course, when given that tiny bit of trivia, they all got excited and immediately started exploring. Their search led them to the attic, where all they found was an old IKEA bag. Thinking that they wouldn't be able to find the secret room, one of the students leaned against an attic wall, when it suddenly slid open, revealing the secret room inside, Scooby-Doo style. At the time, all they knew was they found a secret hideout, but for what reason the room was used, they had no idea. A light was shed on the mystery when a local journalist and a historian were lured there by posts online by the students made about their discovery. The duo revealed that the room had been part of the civil disobedience campaign. From December 1944 to March 1945, it was used to print illegal newspapers. This was during the Nazi occupation of Norway, and the room served as a hideout and printing press of the resistance. Number 4. The Underground Railroad. Alexandra Palouse of Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, always knew there was something special about her house. And after she found a hidden room underneath her house, her suspicions have been justified. She believes she has discovered a piece of true American history, a secret room below her basement that was once part of the Underground Railroad. She had known for a long time about rumors of something hidden below her basement, so when she had the chance to, she asked the people fixing a crack in the basement wall to dig down. The workers thought the request was weird, but did it anyway. What they found was quite a sizable room 14 feet below her basement. There's also a stone wall on one side with one stone jutting out that is particularly loose, but Palouse hasn't wanted to investigate what's behind the wall too much for fear of affecting the foundation. Local historians theorize that the room was part of the Underground Railroad, a network of safe houses that helped escaped slaves travel from the south of the US to the north. Number 3. The Castle of Mysteries. Singer Castle, which was built in 1896, has been referred to as the Castle of Mysteries by the New York Times. It's located on Dark Island in Hammond, New York by a man named Frederick Bourne, who was the president of the Singer Sewing Machine Company at the time. It turns out that the castle was filled with hidden corridors, booby traps, and even a dungeon. This residence didn't only have secret rooms, it had hidden staircases leading to secret corridors that were used to spy on guests. It even had a picture that allows whoever is behind it to eavesdrop on whoever is in the room it faces. The library has a secret panel that opens up to a secret passageway, where a host could spy on their guests through secret peepholes looking into numerous rooms. It is still unclear as to why this home was made in this fashion, but we can only guess that he wanted to know what they were saying when he left the room. Now it's time for today's best pick. Today's best pick shows some sort of trapdoor in the ground, probably in someone's backyard, which probably leads to a secret room. Find out more next with number 2. A Cold War shelter. The Cold War was a time of uncertainty for everybody in the world. If you have no idea what the Cold War is, you better ask your parents about it. Nonetheless, a lot of people were anticipating an all-out nuclear war between the US and USSR at that time, and made the necessary precautions, including fallout shelters. Most of these shelters now lay buried and forgotten, but some of them have just recently been unearthed. Reddit user John Sims, also known as Captain Arctica, wrote on the website that he recently uncovered the 1960s nuclear fallout shelter after receiving a tip from the previous owner of the Tucson, Arizona home. Sims wrote that based on the info he'd received, the shelter was built in 1961 by a company named Whitaker Pools. He found the entrance to the shelter while he was using a metal detector in his backyard. When he detected some metal, he did a bit of digging, which unearthed the hatch. When he removed the hatch, he saw a series of crumbled steps leading down to the shelter below. The shelter itself was made of concrete and dome-shaped with a fiberglass ceiling. Unfortunately, the shelter was bereft of furniture and supplies, which would have made the find even more interesting. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out. Number 1. The Hidden Chapel. The Farla family were having a celebration on Good Friday when they decided to check out a metal grid in their home. They've known about the existence of that grid for a time now, but it was only then when they decided to investigate. What they found was pretty amazing. They removed the grid, which allowed one person to climb down. What they found was an eerie cellar which appears to look like a chapel. In the center of the room lay a wooden cross which appeared to have fallen down after rotting away. There was also an open chest containing old newspapers and bottles dating back to the 1930s. There were also some sort of brick seats around the walls, which looked like something you might find in a church. The family said that the deeds of the detached house dated from 230 years ago, and they believed that at some point it had been used as a pub. They also planned to get in touch with local history groups who might be able to shed some light on their discovery. Do you have any secret hidden rooms inside your house? Let us know in the comments section down below. Want to watch more videos about amazing discoveries? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody.